Welcome to A Foundation Focus. I'm Amber George at West Avenue Elementary, joined by Nikitha Hartfield and Carolyn Green, grant writers of We're Out of Here. Miss Green, can you tell us a little bit about the grant and why you wrote it?
Well, the grant was for an overnight field trip to the outdoor school in Marble Falls, Texas, and it gave the students the ability to experience real world math and science teaks.
Now, what grades went on this field trip?
We allowed our fourth and fifth graders to go on the field trip to Marble Falls.
About how many kids got to experience the camp out?
Oh, it was about 60, 65 kids were able to go this time.
And how many teachers and chaperones are required to get 60 kids ready for a camp out?
One per every 10 students.
So why is this experience of camping outdoors important to your children?
Well, a lot of our students have not experienced some of the real world activities that they were exposed to, and it was really enjoyable and fun learning for them.
Now, do you think that they'd ever gone camping in their backyard or just never out? Or did you have children that it was their first time to ever get in the water on a boat?
It was some of our children's first time being away from their parents, and so that in itself was an experience for them. But they really, once they calmed down, realized the chaperones were there just, pretend parents for the night, they really calmed down and enjoyed the experiences. But they really, really loved to be able to actually interact with everything that they were doing versus it just being in a textbook or seeing a movie on a video clip.
Now, how long were the children away from home?
The children left on Monday at about 8:30, and then they came back Tuesday at around 4 or 5 o'clock. So a whole night away from us, away from their parents and their families.
Now, when you wrote the grant, what was your one hope or desire the children would learn or experience or take away?
I really, really wanted the children to gain those real world experiences in math and science specifically, because we know that when they make those connections with their real world experiences, then when they come back and are able to read, do their science and writing, then those patterns are formed in their brain. And so that helps them learn, and it helps things like stick in their head and create that schema that they need, the background knowledge that they need.
Well, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to write the grant. And if there is anybody wondering, is it worth it? Do kids really need to go out and experience this? What would you say to them?
Definitely, yes. If you need any help, let us know. This is a really, really good opportunity for kids, any student, to be able to do.
Thank you. We're going to hear now from Mr. Walker, a teacher that was on the camping trip with the students. We're here now with Mr. Walker, fifth grade teacher at West Avenue Elementary. Mr. Walker, how many years have you been teaching in Waco ISD?
Only 21.
Only 21? And how many of those years have you gotten to go on the outdoor camping trip?
We've had the experience twice.
What do you think about it as a teacher? What are some things that you have seen your students come back with?
Well, actually, they've come back with a lot more than we expected. When the students went, they were more curious about what things and what fun activities that they were going to be a part of. But when we came back and we started teaching in the classroom, they come to find out how much it helps them when they start remembering the things that they experienced. Like when they went kayaking, they thought it was just fun to be in the water. But when we got in the classroom, we started talking about density. We even went into buoyancy and started talking about that. And then they started saying, is that why we stay afloat? Is that why we stay on top of the water? We didn't sink. They started to be able to make the connections, and that's the joy of it. Because see, Amber, if the children don't have background knowledge, they're not really preparing themselves for STAR. The STAR has a very high rigor. It uses experiences that our kids don't have the opportunity to get. So when we have an opportunity to take them places that their parents may not be able to take them, or that they're just not able to get there, and we can do it as a school, then we're not only helping them, but we're also helping ourselves as a school, because the kids become more knowledgeable and they become much more aware of the things that's happening when you start talking about the teaks in a classroom. So that's one of the great things about it.
So have you seen interest in their math and science studies go up?
Yes, I have seen interest in their math and science. When we came back, there were a few students who were not able to go. And so those students that did learn something in outdoor school, They wanted to get together and show them the different ways of learning the math and the science. So we took those kids that were not able to go outside and we set it up as though we were the outdoor school. And that was great for those students who didn't attend. And so now they have more interest and they want to try to understand. When we try to make things relative to their real life, they can broaden their minds a lot better now. They could go a little further. And the more activities, more experiences we give them, the better they can start thinking with, as they say, more rigor and more complexity.
Now, you mentioned the buoyancy and the water and floating. We also had kids, and they mentioned that they were able to project or estimate the height of the trees and
Yes,
math. Now, is that a skill that they're going to be tested on later on?
It's not necessarily one that I have seen in the past that they've tested on, but we're dealing with STAR, more rigor, we never know. We want to be prepared for anything, okay? So it's a possibility that they may even have to give ratios of the shadow to the tree. You know, they're talking about right now taking the teaks as maybe in 6th grade and putting it down in lower grade levels, or 7th grade and put it in lower grade levels. So we need to give our children at this level all the experiences that they can to be able to understand the teaks that are coming their way.
Now, the social experience is just the joy of getting to go camping. I know is exciting and a lot of fun to kids. They had even mentioned to us that they learned about how to be more earth friendly and use less waste. Has any of that come back to the campus? Have you noticed the kids wanting to recycle or throwing away less paper products?
Yes, they're more aware of what they're doing now than what they were before. It was interesting when we were at the outdoor school. When we go into the cafeteria, they start talking to everyone about eating everything that's on your plate. And then after we compiled the food that was left at the end of the table, at the end of the time for the cafeteria to be over, they would have a little session that says, ooh, looks like we got to take out this much of the outdoor school because this amount went to waste. So they begin to make it so relevant to them. So when the students come to the cafeteria now, they're more interested in making sure they eat everything. You know, they're more concerned about what they're doing. Of course, we have to continue to make that connection, you know, help them realize, don't waste. You know, waste not, want not. So we got to help them every day to try to remember the things that they're learning so they can help the country and everything else later on in the future.
Now, this experience, like so many, unfortunately, there's not money in the normal school budget, to fund a program like this, every single year. This is your chance to sell it. What would you tell somebody, about the opportunity to provide this to the kids? Is it valuable? Do you think it's something that should go on?
You know, I think it's not going to be me that sells it. I think if anyone sees the children and how they react, they'll realize that how grateful the children are for the grant and for them being able to have that opportunity. From this point on, they will be able to help somebody else. They'll be able to try to reach out to others. And I think that was the purpose. The grant gave them opportunity to experience fun. But once they experience it and they grow up, I think they'll be wanting to help somebody else have the same experience. The children, when they came back, they had something to talk about. They enjoyed it so much. They told their parents. They helped their parents see some things that they didn't see before. And so to those that wrote the grant, I say thank you. To those that funded the funds, I say thank you. And I think later on we're going to find out if our children can get the experiences that these children are experiencing. Let me say this. I would like for West Avenue to be known as the experience school, where we can take our children places, they can learn, and we can connect those teaks and to help them become better citizens, better scientists, better mathematicians, better whatever. Because if we build their background knowledge, they can't help but start making better connections when it comes to testing or whatever else is presented before them.
Well, thank you so much. I know that you are away from your friends and family for the night, and I want to tell them thank you, as well as all of the other teachers that took their time to be with the students. And I know it was rewarding for you,
Yes, it
as well
was.
as the students. And we just want to say thank you for joining us for a Foundation Focus. If you'd like to find out more about the West Avenue grant or other grants that you could possibly contribute to, go to wacoisdfoundation.org. We're joined now by fourth grader Isaiah and then fifth graders Francisco and Talia. And they're going to tell us a little bit about what they experienced at the outdoor camp. So, guys, what was your favorite thing to do?
I like kayaking and measuring the trees.
So, when you kayaked, what did you do? What did you learn about when you were kayaking?
We learned angles whenever we paddled the boat. It made an angle.
So, had you ever kayaked before?
No.
Did anybody get scared or were they afraid?
I got scared.
A little bit. Was it of the water?
Because the water, it was so close because we was like, the boat is so, it's so flat.
It is. The kayak's close to the water. But that's a neat experience and a neat way to learn angles. Had you learned or talked about angles in math class before you went?
No.
Not yet?
Not that much.
Well, you said something about the trees. What did you do with trees?
We learned how to tell the diameter and how tall the tree was using sticks and a protractor.
We also learned how to how to tell the age of it by counting the rings around it.
That was neat. Were there old trees or was it a lot of young trees? Could you tell?
It was old trees and young trees.
So, what else did you experience when you were camping? Had anybody gone camping before?
No.
You hadn't been camping before? No. What about anybody in your class? Had they been camping a lot before? Or no? Okay. So, what was the funniest thing that happened while you were camping?
When I was kayaking, my friend kept flipping me over in the boat, so I kept going under the water.
But you had a life jacket on, so it was okay? Yes. Okay. What about you, Talia? What was your favorite thing or the funniest thing that happened while you were there?
When we got to kayak and our teacher said, we can flip out the boat some if you want to try to swim and learn how to get back into your kayak.
So it was like a water safety type thing? That's neat. And what else did you learn while you were there, Francisco?
We learned how to do archery and how to angle out the bow so it can shoot to your target.
Did you hit the target?
No.
Oh, did you get close?
Close.
Okay. What about you?
We learned that there's 3 flinches on each arrow, and the yellow one is the inner flinch, which is like the main flinch.
And what does the flinch do?
It helps you keep your angle on your arrow.
I didn't know that. Is it hard to shoot a bow and arrow?
A little.
A little. Do you have to be strong? No. Do you have to keep your arm straight?
Mhm.
Yeah. So did you hit the target?
No.
Oh, did you get close?
Yes.
Did you get closer than Francisco?
Yes.
Did she? You don't know. Okay, we aren't going to comment on that. What about you? Did you hit the target?
No.
Did you get close?
No.
Did you have fun doing it?
Yes.
What did you learn about angles that way?
Well, you always have to keep your arm straight so you can shoot it right at the target.
Okay. Now, what did y'all do at night for fun?
My group, we decorated our cabin with glow sticks.
You decorated your cabin with glow sticks? Did y'all do anything by the campfire? Did y'all eat dinner? Did they feed you?
Yes.
Was the food good?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you eat?
Chicken steak fingers. Something.
Like chicken
We
fried?
had chicken fried steak.
Oh, that's awesome. What did you do around the campfire?
We ate s'mores.
You had s'mores. What goes in a s'more?
We didn't really eat the s'mores because it was raining, so we just had chocolate and crackers. We didn't get to the s'mores.
Oh, well, that's not bad, but kind of a bummer. Like, have you had s'mores before? The melted marshmallow? Yeah. But chocolate and graham crackers isn't that bad? No. So what did you sing around the campfire?
We sang along songs. He'll say something and then we'll have to repeat what he said.
What were the songs about?
It was about this worm that he kept eating lots of food and he kept getting bigger, and at the end he burped and he got small.
That's a funny one. What were some animals that you saw? Did you see any animals when you were outside camping? No animals? So it was a pretty safe camp? Yeah. Do you think people should go back?
Yes.
What would you tell somebody that was thinking about taking their kids?
I would say that it will be fun and also educational for kids to learn more and have fun at the same time.
Did you think it would be fun to learn about angles and trajectory and diameter outside? Did you think you could do it before you left?
Yes, so like if you have one at home, you can practice at home, and then when you go back, you can know how you do it.
You can have those same experiences at home or in your backyard. Well, thanks, guys. I'm glad y'all had a great trip, and I'm glad everybody was safe and nobody missed their parents. No tears? No. Okay. Thanks.